My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we will be reading a channeled letter from your person. So whether this is your DM, if you're in a twin flame soulmate, higher level soulmate dynamic, whoever it is that you're thinking about when you press that play button, this is going to be their letter to you. Now, before we begin, let's have a look at what energy this person is bringing to us or embodying at this time towards you. Yeah, this is, yes, towards you. You know what? I'm going to take two cards. What energy are they embodying? Boom. And then towards you. All right, let's get some clarity. All right, because that's going to really inform how we dissect this letter. Underneath the deck we have Fatso. Now this card is all about how we perceive ourselves and also about the ways we disconnect from ourselves and the ways that we try to disconnect from our reality rather than doing the inner work. Okay, we take what we consider to be the easy way out, but what really turns out to be the harder way out in the end. Okay, that's what this card is all about. So let's see the energy that they're embodying, like integral, and that's going to be this card, and then the energy that they are embodying towards you. It's going to be this card. Okay. Energy that they are embodying right now, the Black Widow. It feels like they're trapped in their old self, old bugbears, old monkeys on their back, old issues for some of them, because we see Black Widow here. And Black Widow is always about the misuse rather, of the sacral chakra. It could be there's a sacral chakra blockage, sacral chakra issue. But this person, the way they're strung up here, it feels like they feel trapped in something, okay? Whether it is in their own mind, their own beliefs, their own mindset, another relationship, a dead-end job, they're trapped in something. And it's symbolic of like old trauma, old pain. Whatever this issue is, it's old trauma, old pain. Now, the energy that they're embodying towards you is the prostitute. So they may have sold out this connection. They may still be selling out this connection. But look here. Just right around this corner is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is about a spiritual beginning. It is about enlightenment. It is about power, especially taking back our power. So it feels like your person may have had some kind of relapse or regression, but it looks like just around the corner, or maybe in the background, there's this happening, but this is what they are showing to the world. Maybe a very sexualized persona, maybe selling out themselves, selling out the connection, selling out their feelings, to be accepted, to be seen, to be validated. All right, so that's interesting energies there. And we're going to bear that in mind as we dissect this reading. I know that I've not been myself lately, but quite frankly, this is the most myself that I have been for a very long time. And it's taking me a minute to discover and get familiar with the real me. All right, so this is a person that's admitting that they have been wearing a mask, a facade. All right, we get that. I realize now that I have been living in a state of confusion and chaos as a direct result of the discord that has been within me. I can't remember, because even here it's the battle of the light and the dark in it. The light and the shadow. Let's say shadow. Okay, I can't remember the last time that I had so much clarity. I would love to know like what happened for them to get this clarity, to be honest. You know what? I can access in the extended. Just give me a moment. Let me write this down. So that's going to be our first question for the extended, right? What's brought on this sudden clarity? Okay. All right, so let me just write that. All right. It's been illuminating. It's been freeing, but it's crazy. Oh, I said crazy, but it's the word here is scary. But it's scary. I look around me and I can barely recognize and interact with the people I had surrounded myself with previously. Why am I saying previously? It's not even there. Okay, so maybe I meant to say that. I don't understand them and they don't understand me. They think I'm nuts and that I'm burnt out and need to rest. They have even asked me to see a therapist, but I know that this thing that's happening to me has no neurochemical or physical cord. Cause. Am I saying cord? Cause. That this is me awakening from my slumber like that guy that slept 100 years. Well, I would love to know who's telling him to go see a therapist. So I'm going to write that down. And this waking up from slumber part, it sounds very much like, a disassociation, a kind of fugue state, right? A kind of, maybe can we call it amnesia? Can we? I don't know, right? A kind of psychological amnesia, right? That's fugue, right? So I would love to know, like, what put them into that state of disconnection in the first place. So let's ask that question. Okay, so we're going to ask that. I feel like a newborn babe, seeing and interacting with the world for the first time. Feels like I've been colorblind and someone handed me one of those special glasses that allows me to see color for the first time. Everything is fresh, new, crisp, and a tiny miracle. The truth of my immediate reality hasn't been that warm though, and I feel confined and restricted. The new me feels like bursting out of my shell, but bursting out of my shell and putting myself out there is going to cause a lot of pain, hurt, and destabilization to my inner circle and will turn my family upside down. So I'd like to know who's the inner circle. So let me write that down. Who is this in the inner circle that they're so concerned about? Okay. They are already watching me side eye as a result of some of the things that I have been saying and the fact that I'm not jumping to do their bidding. I feel weighed down by the knowledge that I can't keep pretending to be the person that they knew. At some point, the butterfly must exit the cocoon and show the world its bold, awesome wings. I can't hold back. Very soon, I must fly. I must sacrifice the happiness and comfort of others to pursue my own. Life truly is short, and I would rather spend it being me than on performing in this never-ending soap opera. I regret having judged you, trash talked you to my friends and family, and sabotaged this connection initially. Your energy and intensity threatened my facade, and I wasn't ready then to live authentically. I was more interested in keeping up with the Joneses and pursuing the fantasy that I had in my head rather than something real with a real person. For that, I am truly sorry. I was literally not being myself. I was being what I thought was expected of me. I was living for others. I would like to know who these others are. Others, let me just write that down. And their approval. And you became the whipping boy and collateral damage. And I allowed that to happen because it took the scrutiny off me and my own shortcomings and struggles. I'll ask a question about that too. Oh, and I know what I just remembered. What has your person been saying that's making people watch them side eye? Let me write that down as well. Okay. Right, sorry. For their approval, and you became the whipping boy and collateral damage. And I allowed that to happen because it took the scrutiny off me and my own shortcomings and struggles. I wanted to be perceived as perfect, but I couldn't have someone that could see right through me at my side. I am so sorry. I'm sorry that I made you question your worth, or if you felt inadequate in any way. There is no one above you. And then I heard this song, you are the sun, I am the moon. You are the words, I am the tune, play me. And then the last bit was, I surrender. All right, so what we have here is your person surrendering to their authentic self. And because they're surrendering to their authentic self and surrendering to this process of becoming, they're also surrendering to this connection. I see from this letter that they might be still holding back, and maybe this is the energy that we picked up here, right? That they might be still holding back. In the background, there's enlightenment that's happened, right? But they might be still putting that facade out there because they're just not ready, okay? But there's an inevitability about them just saying fuck it and just putting it out there. Whatever happens, happens. It's a feeling of let the chips fall where they may. Okay. Let us go into let's see which deck this is. And see if there are any more messages. Okay, this is a good deck for that. Any more messages, direct messages from your person. So I'll pull about 4 cards. And then I'll get some advice for those that can't join me in the extended. But in the extended, we're going to go a little deeper into this letter and just kind of really flesh out what your person was communicating. All right, underneath the deck, we have finances. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. Now, remember they said they were trying to keep up with the Joneses. So I don't know if your person has affluent friends or friends and family who live a particular lifestyle, and they have always tried to keep up with that, portray a particular image to the world. It could be that, okay? It could be as well that they have a lot of financial obligations, okay? I don't know, car note, mortgage, dependents, okay? Could be for some of them maybe the spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend. Their person isn't working, so they are the breadwinner, their provider. It could be as well, maybe your person has a lot of debt, okay, and they don't want to bring that to you. They might be in the red, filing for bankruptcy, and they're just taken up with a lot of their financial responsibilities and obligations. And when you're in an energy of poverty consciousness, that can be a very scary thing. And it could be all that you see. Okay. And maybe that might even be the reason why they chose a particular partner or chose a particular job or as part of a particular group that might be standing in the way of your connection right now. It says different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. And I don't think so. I think you guys have different ideologies. I think you have already passed that stage, the fuck it stage, right? Right? That's all news to you. That's all news to you. But this is where they're at on their journey, and everybody's process is different and happens on its own timing. Okay? People are ready when they're ready. When I say you can take the horse to the water, but you can't make it drink, right? So they're now kind of drinking from that well of truth. We have acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. So you may have had the word that came into my mind is sordid. Okay, you may have had a long sordid history with this person. And maybe sometimes you look back and think, it could just have been so simple. It could just have been so simple, right? But no, Spirit saying everything had to unfold the way it unfolded in order for you guys to have that kind of growth that you've had, and we can't change the past. We can't. We can only make use of the now and have a vision for the future. We can't change the past. What's happened has happened, right? We have awakening. Both people in this connection are undergoing spiritual transformation. Well, definitely sounds like that all talk about cocoon and their undoing and all of that and wanting to burst out. Definitely had awakening vibes, but Spirit saying this person was a catalyst for your awakening too. And if you're truly honest with yourself, you may see, I know for me especially, that this is the most healing and growth that I've done and in the 4 decades that I've been on this planet, right? So having met my twin. So it really is, everything happens for a reason. As cliched as that might sound, as irritating as that may be, it really does. And sometimes it's hard to accept and sometimes understand divine plan, especially when you're going through it. And my best friend is here with me. She's in the room right now whilst I'm recording. And we were talking about this just this morning because on my island, everybody's kind of close. I mean, it's only 50,000 people on my island, okay? And this young couple died yesterday. And they were on their way to pick up their very young children. All of them are under the age of 6. Okay, they have 3 children under the age of 6. They got married very recently. If you see this beautiful wedding photo, and from the number plate on the car, it's a fairly new car. It's a new series. So, by all intents and purposes, they had their life. Their life is just starting. Everything is just fresh and new. And, she was a financial analyst. He was a firefighter. And they just had their shit together. And one jackass with a truck who was more impatient than everybody else on the road yesterday took these children's parents away from them. And we just were smacked, the whole country, with the unfairness of it all. You play by the rules. You do the right thing in society's eyes. You're doing your best with your children, with your family, with your spouse. And then in one fell swoop, it's just taken away. And it's times like that you struggle to really understand and accept divine plan in the moment, right? Because you're thinking about these children and what's going to happen to them and all of that. And in the end, we just have to trust that this is the plan, and whatever's unfolding is unfolding for the benefit of these children. But even now, as I say it, I find it so hard to accept. It's so hard to accept. But this is it. So everything happens for a reason. But when we're going through it, it's very hard to accept that reason. It's only when we look back that we really do see that things had to unfold the way they had to unfold for persons to appear or to blossom the way that they do. And as I said, blossom, remembering, oh, was my dad? No, my dad was an agriculturist. And what's that? What's that word? He was talking about when you want a rapid germination of a seed, you put it inside the freezer, and then you take it out and plant it. What do you call that? Verbalization. Oh, good Lord. I'm sorry, guys. I can't remember the word that he said, right? But you basically, it's like a shock. You shock the seed, basically. You shock the seed. So I don't know if the shock is going to cause, from the loss of these two young people, if that shock is going to like reverberate to their family members. I mean, certainly the whole community, the whole two islands. Just, we wake up to this news and we're examining our life and our existence. So, their death definitely was not for naught. I guess we already feeling the purpose behind it, right? We're already feeling the purpose behind it. Maybe people will have more care on the roads. Maybe they look at life differently. I mean, certainly today, I am just in awareness that life is short and there are really no guarantees, and there's no guaranteed happily ever after and all that kind of stuff, It really makes you examine yourself and the pace at which you live in your life and your appreciation for life. Anyways, if I went on a tangent, forgive me, but it was just, sometimes it's hard to accept. But already we are seeing the reasons why, aren't we? All right, so one more message. I'm sorry. We have play hard. Life is too damn short, guys. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. And I hope that that's what they did, that they found time to laugh, goof off each other. Okay, don't call me a stalker, but I went on their profiles too. I don't know, I've just been hit by this, right? I went on their profiles and it's just a woman, especially the wife, a woman of gratitude, just thankful for all the blessings, so I'm glad that she had those moments of joy. And I think it's a reminder for us that, nothing is promised. We must always go after what we want and have those moments of joy with the people that we care about. All right, let me get last bit of advice for you guys, and then we're going to take it to the extended. I'm going to take it to the extended. Let's get some more info in the extended. But for now, if you can't join me in the extended, let me get some advice for you at this time. What does Spirit want you to know? We have encounter. So this is fated. It's fated. And again, the whole thing happened for a reason. And Spirit saying, femme, right? Woman, right? This all, you viewer, that you're watching, this pushed you into your purpose, especially your purpose as the embodiment of divine feminine energy, because most people watching this, they're in divine feminine energy, whether in your male body or female body or a body that does not want to be labeled, right? It's pushed you into this divine feminine energy, this receptivity to spirit, your spirituality, your intuition, that nurturing aspect where you're able to nurture yourself, your others. So Spirit saying, and into your high priestess energy here with this card number 2, right? So Spirit is reinforcing that idea that, everything happens for a reason and everything has purpose, and it couldn't have happened any other way for the kind of growth that had to happen and the kind of impact that had to happen. So let that be our takeaway for this reading and, just for today, because it's a very somber day for me. Okay. All right, my love. So that was your letter. We're going to go deeper in the extended, but for now, especially for today, live your life. It really is too short. There's no guarantees of anything. Okay. All right, my love.